Has Sue Ellen's reach for the bottle gone too far? Has Dusty's anger got the better of him? Or will Cliff Barnes finally settle the score? The wait is over tonight as we find out who shot JR at 9 p.m. But first, it's your friendly Thamesmen.
Hello.
Are we ever going to change that? I don't think so now.
No, we're old dogs. We're not going to learn new tricks, are we?
Some people have really good,
intentions.
Well, every if you watch every reaction channel, they always have their intro because it warms you up and it gets you into it, and it's like you got a nice life and do this or whatever. Like Alex and Andy, we just got to there, and I just feel like it's the most unprofessional. We used to have a better one.
Did we? What was the better one?
There was a Thamesmen. We had a logo.
We had a logo. Yeah.
We used to.
We've gone through so many ideas in 2 years. It's 2 years we've been doing this. You know that?
Crazy.
Do you know how many videos we've done? Too many.
Not enough overkill.
Not enough overkill. Week of overkill coming up. 5 days, 5 versions. Do you think there are 5 versions of overkill?
Too right.
We better.
I really could do 5 days of overkill by Motorhead.
It's like when you were a teenager, you'd go into the pub and there's a jukebox, and you'd put on Motorhead, Ace of Spades 10 times and then leave.
Or if you put on Hey Now Pussycat.
Did you do that? Was that yours? That's much cooler.
No. I read about it. One guy, and he would go in and he would go and put $3 because apparently it's a really long song.
Really?
and then after about 6 versions of it, then another track would come on, but then Hey Now Pussycat would come back and piss everyone off. But we're not here for Hey Now Pussycat. We're here for, what are we here for? Tell all, sir.
Oh, well, so we have Chris, the curator, who puts together lists for us, and he's termed this one as an old favourite. I don't know who's an old favourite for, but it's an old favourite, apparently. And it's Roger Glover and Friends from 1974 with a track called Love Is All.
I've never heard this.
I've never heard this either. And there are a whole bunch of notes with it. Do you want me to do any of the reading thing, or are you feeling?
This was initially conceived as a solo project for John Lord, but when
we know John Lord,
we
don't
do.
We? Well, you know John Lord.
But when his Deep Purple commitments got in the way, Roger Glover stepped up and took it on. Based on The Butterfly's Ball and A Grasshoppers Feast, a book illustrated by renowned artist Alan Aldridge, the poet William Plummer, the album was Glover's first solo project after leaving Purple. This was the single based on the Beatles' All You Need Is Love, and there was meant to be a full feature film to follow featuring all the songs. Glover enlisted a number of friends. This was sung by Ronnie James Dio, yay, and members of Roxy Music. Fantastic. When are we going to do a Roxy Music Week?
We should. Absolutely, no question.
Fancy, and also the likes of Jimmy Helms and Tony Ashton all contributed. There was even a one-off concert performance of the album, again star-studded, although Dio was unavailable and was replaced by Gillan. Fantastic.
Oh, that would be pretty cool as well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So I haven't got a Scooby what this is going to be like.
It's a hell of a pedigree to it, though.
Pedigree doesn't always turn out to be good things. I've got a champion pug that comes from both sides. I'll put a picture up behind us. His name is Gandalf. He comes from 2 champions, and he went to the show once and he got a point, but his tongue hangs out, so he won't show it. Pedigree isn't everything.
I gotta argue though, a champion pug is not really the high point of dog life, really, is it? It's like,
shut up.
I mean,
shut up.
It's
ugly people. It's also sometimes right. You get lots of beautiful people, And I think you can have too much beauty and have an ugly child. And I also think you can have two very ugly people, and they are so ugly and so ugly they could actually have a very beautiful child.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm not arguing about that, but I'm just saying, in the terms of like the pantheon of dogs, a pug is, like you said yourself.
Watch yourself.
If you put it in water, it sinks.
No, it goes upside down, then sinks. He's got little legs,
down,
and he just goes down.
Not ideal. Is like if suddenly civilization was to vanish and everything went off to the wild. How long do you think pugs would survive as a sort of a beast?
Well, sometimes as a man feeding at foie gras. I
Right.
sometimes
beings-
say to Gandalf, 200 years ago, mate, you would have had a fight for this. Here, have a little bit more.
a bit more foie gras.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if human beings suddenly vanished, how long do you think pugs would be around for? I think about 2 days.
Well, let me ask you this. Did we train dogs, or did they train us?
Well, they did a pretty good job of it, didn't they? I think cats trained us. Dogs,
Cats didn't train us. The dog trained us, and it's trained me to feed it foie gras. And he deserves it.
Why?
Anyway, I do apologise. We're trying to get on to what we're trying to say, that if you have a band full of pugs, it's not always going to be good music.
It could be, though.
Ugly people could have pretty children.
But you're saying, like, if you have a band full of really good people, you might have ugly children.
Yes.
We're going to find. So there's a danger this song could be an ugly child.
Yes, absolutely. I'm saying that pedigree isn't everything. I mean, look at Prince Andrew. All right, let's do this. Love is All, Ronnie James Dio, Roger Glover, The Butterfly Ball.
Oh, I've started it already, sorry.
The Butterfly Ball, and the Grasshoppers Feast animated. Now, are you ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Everybody's got to live together. All the people got to understand. So love your neighbor like you love your brother. Come on and join the band. Well, all you need is love and understanding.
Wow.
I'd love to hear your comments on that one.
Well, you go first. Well, okay. The track. Let's stay with the track because they're two separate things, right? The track was really well produced.
Brilliantly production. I think I had to stop watching the video because it was distracting me.
Yep.
And the video was like taking away, and then I started really focusing on the music.
That's what I did.
And then, Ronnie James Dio, I love his vocal. I mean, I have the very first concert I ever went to was Black Sabbath in Hammersmith Odeon when Ronnie James Dio was doing vocals at the Mob Rules tour. And I love Ronnie James Dio. So, his voice, once you sort of keyed in on that for me was fantastic.
Yeah, so I stopped watching the video because it was tripe, the video. I hated it.
Well, the 70s were a weird time.
No, it wasn't
let's
that.
face
A
it.
frog singing. It was Wind in the Willows. It was Disney. It was like, and
it was based on a child's book as well.
I
so
know.
who knows what the reference is and stuff like that.
And there are two separate things, right? It didn't. The song was so well produced. I was listening to the guitar. I was listening to the wordy organ and all this, and it was a huge production.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then the video, I just felt was Wind in the Willows. It was a singing frog. It was the Paul McCartney, the frog song, the army, and all that.
Frog chorus.
I had to just ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that it said it was based on "All You Need Is Love" by the Beatles, there was a phrase in it that was "All You Need Is Love." It was more than just based in a moment. There was a hook to it that was "All You Need Is Love" at certain points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was nowhere near "All You Need Is Love."
No, but
I know.
There was just a one phrase section which were
and the theme of it, and the motif of it.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm not desperate to hear the track again.
No, I'm not desperate to go and buy the album or go and check it out. Really, I mean, good, great piece of history, great moment in time. I think Deep Purple as a band were for me much more.
And I think they spent a lot of money, a huge amount of money on that, on the production, on the video, and I respect it all and all the creativity into it. But as I said, pretty people can have ugly children. And it doesn't matter how much you polish them. It doesn't matter how much you polish them. They still can be pretty ugly.
So you're saying that's the pug of tracks?
The pug's the pedigree, son.
As you said.
Nah. All right. Listen, I should go back and listen to it again and put it in context with the whole album as well. Yeah. So.
Right. Love to hear your comments.
Yeah.
What you guys think of it, would love to sort of get some, what people think. And, all good fun.
All right. All you need is love. Pug. All right. See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.